Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. Next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
It's morning again in Palmetto. Today, over 1,000 people will move from other states to Florida. Jobs and industries are rebounding, and so are the housing markets. It is no better time than the present to invest in quality real estate here. A safe and friendly place for your kids to play. A thriving hometown culture immersed in historic districts like no other. A place to turn a house into a home. Palmetto proud. Matthew Guthrie and Associates Realty.
Hey guys, Chris Conley here from Conley Buick GMC. Kickoff's right around the corner. Buckle your seatbelts and hold on tight. It's time for some Tiger football.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. TigerVision is brought to you in part by Conley Buick GMC, Arctic Air, Heinz Law, Duet Pools, Richardson Stenton Roofing, Palmetto Bait and Tackle, Clicking Spree, Garrett Richard, Bull and Tiger Insurance, Coastal Mobile Screens, Burton Trucking, and WB3. Now let's kick it to the booth live from Harllee Stadium from Palmetto, Florida for the Clicking Spree pregame show.
Good evening and welcome to the Clicking Spree pregame show. We welcome everyone to paradise here at Harllee Stadium on Florida's beautiful West Coast. I'm Brian Varnador, and I'm joined by my good friend and football analyst, Ken Burton Jr. We've got a fantastic Friday night high school football matchup on tap here in Palmetto. The home team, your Palmetto Tigers, are ready to take on the visiting Parrish Community Bulls in the North River rivalry. Ken, this is more than just a regular season game. It's the district opener for both of these teams in Class 6A, District 11. Ken.
You're so right, Brian. This is a huge game. Everything up to this point has been a tune-up for district play, but it's also fast becoming a big local rivalry. For years, students living in what is now Parrish would have attended Palmetto High School. So you have players on both sides of the field tonight who grew up together or have a family and friends in the other school's community. A win here just doesn't put one team in the driver's seat for a playoff spot. It gives them early bragging rights in a community that is now split between these two schools. There's a different level of intensity and urgency when a district title and a local pride are on the line. I'm excited to see how both teams are going to respond tonight, Brian, to the pressure.
All right, Ken, let's start with the visiting Bulls. They come in with a perfect 3-0 record and are playing with a ton of confidence. Their success has been built on a balanced offensive attack. Junior running back Jacoby Thomas has been a force on the ground, and senior wide receiver Brandon Tricano is a constant threat to make a big play. How do you see their offense matching up with the Palmetto defense?
Well, the Bulls' offense is tough to prepare for because of that balance. They also have an offensive coordinator you and I are very familiar with, and his last name just happens to be Varnador. Seth has Varnador Films on YouTube, and if you love watching someone break down game film, then he is your guy. They can pound the ball with Thomas, who has great vision and speed, but they also have a southpaw quarterback in Bryson Bolts, who can deliver the ball to a top-tier receiver like Trucano. The key for Palmetto's defense tonight will be to create pressure and force the Bulls' offense to be one-dimensional. They're going to need to get into the backfield, disrupt the timing of the pass plays. They're going to have to rely on players like senior linebacker Paul Moore to set the tone and make plays all over the field. If Palmetto can't contain that run and allows Bolts to get comfortable in the pocket, it could be a long night, Brian, for the Tigers offense.
You know, on the other side of the ball, Ken, the Palmetto Tigers with a 1-1 record have shown flashes of brilliance on offense. Junior quarterback Matthew Hennessy has a strong arm and is a true leader for this team. He has a great connection with wide receivers Maurice Carter and Jock Harris. On the ground, sophomore running back Kieron Jones has been a workhorse. So, Ken, what's the key for that Tigers offense against the Bulls' formidable defense?
Yeah, so the Tigers could easily be 2-0 right now after losing a track meet last Friday to Riverview 38-35 to a very good Riverview team on the road. The Tigers offense is full of playmakers. Hennessy is a very talented passer, but the Bruins defense has been absolutely suffocating. They've been very stingy against a run and have players like Zach Bonish and Jair Speaks who can get after the quarterback. For Palmetto to succeed tonight, they're going to have to establish the run game early with Kieron Jones. If they can get him going, it's going to open up opportunities for Hennessy to hit his talented receivers on the outside. This is a strength-on-strength matchup tonight, and it's going to be won in the trenches. The offensive line will have to play its best game of the year to give their skill players a chance.
You know, Ken, in a game like this, both teams have their strength, and it comes down to the little things. Tonight, I've been thinking about special teams and turnovers. A block punt, a big return, a timely interception, or costly penalties could swing the momentum completely. Back to you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was watching the game from last year, and all the above happened, and turnovers are always a huge factor, and especially in a district game. The team that protects the football and doesn't give away free possessions is going to have a massive advantage. Brian, I'm also watching on how both teams handle adversity. The Tigers are looking to bounce back from a loss where they had several learning opportunities, while the Bulls haven't really faced much pressure yet. If one of these teams gets punched in the mouth, how do they respond? The mental toughness of these young men will be a major X factor tonight.
It's a fantastic atmosphere here tonight at Harllee Stadium. The stands are packed. The student sections are loud and ready to go. You can feel the energy and excitement for this district opener in the North River rivalry.
Yeah, it's a special night, Brian. The students really get into this one, as we witnessed last year in Parrish. There's nothing like Friday night under the lights. It's for all the marbles in the district, and I can't wait to see which team comes out on top and claims that first piece of bragging rights. It's going to be a hard-fought battle from the opening Minnesota flooring kickoff until the final whistle.
You know, Ken, we'll be back in just a moment with the coin toss and national anthem, and then we'll get ready for the Minnesota flooring kickoff. Don't go anywhere, as the Parrish Community Bulls and your Palmetto Tigers are about to get this district battle and the North River rivalry underway. You're watching TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC.
Color guard is being commanded by Cadet Command Sergeant Major Sanchez. The Florida flag is by Cadet Staff Sergeant. United States Guard is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Torres, and Florida's Guard is Cadet Captain Roman.
Correct.
Bands, we'd like you to please rise
Now the captains are
for the national anthem.
approaching the field, but we're going to now go back to the most important part of our program, which is the playing of the national anthem. Ken, there's nothing better than a live band playing the national anthem here on a Friday football night here in the North River rivalry. Wanted to make mention of the honor guard here at Palmetto High, the junior ROTC program. The Cadet Command Sergeant, Major Sanchez, and the Florida flag was presented by Cadet Staff Sergeant King, and the United States Guard is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Terrace, and Florida's Guard is Cadet Captain Roman, please. And we thank you for tuning in. Now we have the captains out on the team, and you can see for the Tigers, it's going to be number 24, which is going to be Paul Moore, and number 71, Big Stephen Aristil, and then number 70, Michael Sanders, and also number 1, Zion Roberson.
Yeah, tonight's game is going to be about 81 degrees. We're going to have winds out of the northeast about 8 miles an hour. No sign of rain. Hopefully it's going to be a great night, and the weather won't play a factor in the game tonight.
So maybe we'll get a good look at that coin toss there in the middle of the field. We've got about 4 minutes and 35 seconds before that Minnesota flooring kickoff.
It's always good to win the toss.
Man, what a rivalry here tonight, right, Ken?
Yeah, you can see out to the north, to the south here, the parking lot. They're creating parking spots. The Parrish side is full, and you know there's probably some people tonight sitting over there that have sat on the home side, and for the first time they're sitting on the visitor side.
I guarantee it.
Probably quite a few of them.
I sat at my father's seat in E12 here before the game, right there about the 45-yard line, and I was thinking about all the Parrish people that were surrounding us here, and tonight they appear as empty seats on this side of the stadium. But it is a good Palmetto crowd that's filling in. It looks like parking is a problem. Palmetto has won the coin toss and they have elected to defer, so you're going to get a good look at Brandon Galloway, now Palmetto's #1 ranked junior kicker according to Coles.
Yeah, I think all but 2 of his kickoffs have sailed out of the end zone so far this year, and what a weapon to have. And we talked about turnovers and miscues, and well, you brought up special teams, but you can neutralize if you can win offense or defense, but then take special teams, you got a good chance of winning, and he gives us a great chance with field position.
So you get a look as the Palmetto Tigers break this and run through the tunnel of cheerleaders there. You can always look for 1, 2, or 3 guys coming out and doing front flips as they take the field. But you look at that massive roster over there for Parrish, the changes that we've seen. Here come the Tigers. Maurice Carter.
There's 1, 2. And we got a great shot. I think there were 3 that were doing the flip. We got a good shot from the drone.
Great shot of those Tigers as they take the field tonight. Beautiful environment here on Florida's beautiful Sun Coast. And if you're watching from other places out there, I know we're being watched in places like Arkansas, Georgia, Tennessee, and many places around the world here on TigerVision. We welcome you to Harllee.
Yeah, so we deferred. Now it'll be, okay, which side of the field are we going to looks like the Tigers will be kicking from west to east, from right to left to start the game tonight.
And, looking back at number 13 is Brandon Tricano. Looking at him in his route play, he's a wide receiver out there for the Bulls, and he reminds me a lot of Chris Doring that used to play for the Gators. He runs precise routes, and he's got a great quarterback. He's back there to return, very dangerous. But, I look for this one to be a touchback, Ken.
Yep, he's caught 16 passes for 265 yards and 3 scores.
Now they did blow the whistle live. Palmetto Tigers are taking the field. What we'd like to see tonight in this type of game, you look at the coaching staff over there for the Parrish Community Bulls. They have 20 assistant coaches. So they're going to have the guy counting to 11 over here. They've got a guy that's going to police the sideline warnings. There's a lot. So penalty advantage tonight for silly stuff should be tilted slightly toward the Bulls.
Yeah, I think if you have 20-some-odd coaches, somebody can be the designated get-back coach.
Brandon Galloway with a long driving kick, and this one he hit a little thin because it's only 9.5 yards deep in the end zone. So that's where the Bulls will start.
Yeah, that kind of sets the tone, and I'm sure they have prepared for it, Brian. They know they're not going to, if they get a chance to get a kickoff tonight.
So here, the great thing about the touchback, the clock will start at 12 here. No time off the clock. So it's you really need to make a statement here for the Palmetto defense. Coming out here wide to the right is Nathan Schuler, and the wide receiver in the slot position out there, you have number 10, Aston Fisher. Quarterback going back to take this one is Bryson Valls. He's a good one. Nice left-handed. Beautiful, throws a beautiful ball. Low snap. Palmetto Tigers defense scramble. Valls makes a good play just to pick that one up. Smart play, but takes a big loss on the play.
Yes, the Tigers needed to capitalize on that one, Brian, with the miscue, and fortunately he didn't get outside. They kept him in there and got the stop and putting them way behind the chains here. Not the way you want to start a big district game and a big rivalry game, but there's going to be some cobwebs. It's going to be expected. And again, we were talking about adversity, and it's how you deal with it.
2nd and 21 here, so interesting situation here for Bryson Balls. He looks over the field. 2 receivers to the right, single out to the left. They run a little draw play. Really good play by Paul Moore there, and that's that dynamic running back that they have, number 32, which is Jacoby Thomas. Gain of 4 on the play.
Yeah, Thomas has run for about 250 yards so far. He's well on his way to possibly getting 1,000 yards this year. And you got to watch Paul Moore and Jacoby. That is going to be the key matchup. Paul Moore has to have a big game tonight to slow down this running game that they have, make them one-dimensional.
Tyron Harris, number 90, hustled off the field there, so the Tigers have 11. It looks like they may run the ball to the right, which they do. And there's a great tackle in the backfield, and that's going to be number 17. We call his name often, Isaiah Tyson.
Yes, Isaiah's had a great season and makes the big play there. So Coach Seth Barnador kept with his running game, but fortunately they couldn't get anything going. So the Tigers get the necessary 3 and out. Looking at the punt returner right in front of us at midfield, Tigers are going to get a nice short field here, and they got to capitalize here early.
Connor Sambliz, number 36, goes back to punt from his own end zone. You have Maurice Carter back there along with Jock Harris, and there is some movement. And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the Tigers. And so just lined up off sides. And there's one of those penalty
yeah, the coaches, that just drives them nuts because those are always preventable. So he's going to kick from his 5 versus the goal line.
High snap, rolls to his right, fires a punt out there. Not
returnable.
bad. It's going to be returnable. It's Jock Harris. He's got the ball at the 50. He's got the ball at the 45, 40. And he takes a big hit, bounces off the hit. There's going to be a flag in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Jock Harris, they kicked it right to him as far as coverage-wise, and so he got that ball running and made a very good return deep into the territory.
And you've seen that with Jock Harris being such a dynamic receiver out there. That ball was a little tricky. It had a weird-looking English coming out of there.
End over end, yeah. You like those spirals because you know what they're going to do, but you got to look at that thing a little bit more when it's spinning crazy like that. So we're getting backed up.
So back up is going to be first. It would have been during the return, so that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The ball is going to be started at the Bulls' 44-yard line. So you got Carter and Jock Harris out here wide, big receiver out in the slot. Matthew Hennessy in the backfield. Kieron Jones with him. He hands it to him, looks for a crease outside. He's got it, and he's got a big gain on the play. Good block out there by Jock Harris. So big first down play for the Tigers.
Yeah, just a simple student body left sweep where Kieron got outside, and if you watch the replay, you'll see the receivers blocking for him downfield. So it brings a huge gain, gets the Tigers in great field position here and a good start.
Checking in for the Tigers now, there's a defensive tackle that's checking in at Chase Henson, number 9. Might be going with a little bit of a heavy package, but they have 3 receivers out to the right and Kieron Jones in the backfield. Bail coverage out there far right. This time he's going to throw one out there, and this Maurice Carter has a great block out there, turns it up, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds. So there's 2 options that can happen there, Ken. It could be a block over there or some type of horse collar face mask, right?
I believe so. Carter had a great game last week against the Rams. He kept them into the game, and let's see what happens here. Nice pitch and catch.
The preliminary indication is holding down here on the field.
All right, Troy Bellamy with the Arctic Airline. Arctic
Air.
Troy, I didn't know you were going to be down there tonight. I think we got 2 guys on the Arctic Air sideline report tonight. We got a couple of them with some injuries down there tonight. It's good to have you here tonight, Troy.
Well, I'm glad to be here. What a great game. What a beautiful event. Beautiful night for football.
Tigers have the ball, 1st and 9. 2 receivers out to the left. It's sort of a big cushion out here for the slot receiver. Ace Luther comes over in motion. They hand the ball off, and really good play by the linebacker there, and a gain of only 1 yard on the 2 yards on the play, brings up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they have a very stout defense. They have been tough to run on, and it's going to come down to the trenches tonight, and a short run there, but still got a lot of options here with the playbook tonight. Here with a 2nd and 8.
Jay Washington in the slot out there with Harris and Carter. This time they fake the handoff to Partridge. Hennessy throws the ball down the middle, and it's going to be caught by Harris for 6.
And the lights are blinking here tonight. That's the first. Hopefully we will have lots of lights blinking tonight. That's good for the Tigers. Looked just like he ran a goal route, and Hennessy kind of threw a submarine at him and put it right there. Nice spot, and easy score for the Tigers.
Hunter Ferguson will fire this one back. Liam Harold with a hold. Good snap. Kick is up and headed its way to Parrish. So the Palmetto Tigers lead this one 7-0.
It's a great start for the Tigers from play one. Got the 3 and out, got great field position, took it down the field for the score, kind of set the tone here, hopefully for a great evening.
So 7:43 on the clock here. So the Tigers, really got a little bit of help from those Bulls on that first long snap, got them out of their sequential play calling. We've got some clouds out here to the east, and we sure hope that the weather's not coming this way. We don't want this to be a weather-delayed game tonight, Ken.
And if you remember last year when we were sitting in the stands, it got rain. We had some rain, unexpected rain coming halftime. It's not supposed to rain, but you and I both know, being born here in Florida, that doesn't matter. It could pour.
All right, 7:43 as Brandon Galloway is going to approach this one and get a kick out of having a just masterful-looking floor with our friends at Minnesota Flooring. Galloway approaches. It's another high kick, and it's going to be, again, 9.9 yards out across the end zone.
Yeah, that's 2 kicks tonight where it says Palmetto in the end zone on the artificial turf, and he's kicked it right over the E, right before the end line there. He's got his spot picked out.
And that's a perfect kick, the height of the kick. And if you look at that on a Saturday from the 35, that's going to be 5 yards deep, and it has all that hang time. That's going to be a fair catch. And those guys are on Saturday, that's a touchback. So great kicking.
Now, can they run it back if they want, or is it an automatic?
No, they can run the ball back.
So that makes it where they have to actually think about what they want to do, and when they're kicking the thing high like that, that's scary.
The balls, he has Nathan Schiller in motion. This time he's going to keep that one. Big hit there, and he had a nice pickup on the play of about 7 yards.
Yeah, we'll have to check. That looked like Chase Henson putting a big hit on him there. I think it was Henson, but he paid the price. You got to get down, or you're gonna get hit, and took a big hit. But a nice gain to put him in 2nd and short, Brian.
Schuler is out here wide along with number 10, which is Aston Fisher. They both go. It's a shift, so it's not a fault. It's not a illegal shift. It's pre-snap. And that's going to be a false start.
He didn't like it. The back judge didn't like it.
Now that was pre-snap shift, pre-snap, and he may have called that an illegal shift, but it looks like they called it a false start, Ken.
Yeah, it could have been somebody flinched on the line and had nothing to do. Because I saw the same thing. Yeah, the two receivers moving in. Here they do it again,
which is legit.
Yeah,
Pre-snap.
that's
So
legit.
somebody flinched in the line. Folds looks. He's got some pressure behind him. Just missed that one. Good defense over there by the Tigers. And you can see number 20 for the Tigers, Josh Barnes, or actually the number 20 is Rex Schwartz back there defending.
Yeah, they opted to throw a deep route, and Tigers got a good pushback there. Might have forced them to throw it a little bit early, and got the incomplete. So far so good with the Tiger defense holding their own here.
You know, looking at that Parrish offensive line, very impressive sizes over there, Ken. You know, surprising. If you looked at 2 years ago, you can see they are really molding the program over there at Parrish. This time he fakes the bubble screen, and he's going to keep the ball, and he's going to be tackled, and it's going to be 2 yards short.
So he had a spy on him that time because he chose to run it again, but somebody met him to slow him down, and they finished him off. And bottom line, it's 4th down. They're going to have to punt. Tigers are going to get the ball back. Not as a good field position here, but we'll have to see. That's 2 3-and-outs for the defense. They're off to a great start.
So you have two returners back there for the Tigers. It's going to be Jock Harris and Maurice Carter. And they're going to try to do some
And Harris
things.
has already taken one to a kickoff back to the house in the opening season opener.
Good kick, very high, and it is going to be checking out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So let's go down to the Arctic Air sideline reporter tonight, Troy Bellamy.
Gentlemen, it's a lot of excitement. You know, you would think after a big game that they played last week against Riverview, high-scoring, physical game, that would be a little bit of a letdown in the energy, but there is none here. The young men are out here. They are competing. They are fired up and ready to play tonight.
Thank you for that Arctic Air sideline report from Troy Bellamy. And we're looking at a beautiful sunset there on the horizon here on the sun coast of Florida over to the west.
Yeah, absolutely. I watched the Rams game, and a lot of learning opportunities the kids have. Again, like I said in the pregame, they easily could have won that game, but just some things were not in sync. You got to capitalize on a turnover. You got to stop the run, but then you got to respond, and those things just didn't happen. But they stayed in the game, and like I said, they were good enough to win, but just fell a little short against a very good Riverview Rams team.
Palmetto starts out 3 receivers on the right side of the formation. Big Ace Luther is over there, tucked over there by number 71, Stefan Arostel, the 6'5", 330-pound left tackle. This time they handed to Kieran Jones, breaks a tackle, and then a very nice play. We'll get a number on that. Involved in the play was number 21, Markarion Maxwell, and Exume on the play.
Yeah, the Tigers are here trying to get that run game going, and again, they have a very stifling defense. And this game is going to be won in the trenches, and they've got to just hold true and stay to the game plan here.
So you've got big Ace Luther out here wide. That may tip that they're going to, throw some type of screen pass where he's going to block, but we'll see as the play breaks. Hennessy takes the ball, and he hands the ball off to Partridge. He drives forward, really not much there. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10 for the Tigers.
Partridge has been a great number 2 back for the Tigers. I think he's averaging 7 yards per carry, and has been great, and just a good change. You give Kieran a breather. He's done well for us.
Special thanks to the clock operator tonight. We're synced up with the clock here. Doesn't always happen in high school football. Brings up a 3rd and 8 for the Tigers. And as he looks, he fakes, and then there's going to be a penalty thrown as the play broke. That would normally mean some types of illegal shift or maybe a motion.
Yeah. Yeah, excuse me. It seems like we've had 3 or 4 tonight. Yep, you called it. And that's the 3rd or 4th one we've had. And these drive coaches crazy because they're preventable. And let's see how the Tigers respond now at about a 3rd and 13. Time for one of the skilled players to make a play.
3:55 on the clock. Hennessy hands the ball off. And really a great run by Kieran Jones. Makes a couple miss. Great gain on the play. Now the flag comes out very late.
That's going to be a face mask. That's going to be a face mask.
All right, Troy, did you get a number on? We'll pick it up on the Arctic Air replay here.
Well, it looked like a face mask, but the Parrish players are pointing. Nobody area. There could not have been any holding.
Holding on Palmetto.
It is
they're
called
going to say that Jock. And that was not a good call in my estimation.
All right, thank you for the Arctic Air sideline report.
So Kieran, again, there was nowhere in the trenches to run, so he goes outside, uses his great speed, and almost got close to making the first down, but the penalty negates that. So you take it from the spot. Actually, it's 3rd and
10. So
3rd and 10, and it was 3rd and 15. So a little more manageable this time. Let's see what they do. Oh,
bail coverage over here. In high school, you cannot jump back there, so the D lineman over there jumped across the play, and that was number 97. And number 97 is Ty Baker.
Parrish is doing a lot of moving on offense as well as defense. There's a lot of shifting of players and false fronts and things like that. So it's a very interesting defense they're employing here tonight.
Yeah, sometimes you can overdo it with all that, and a jump and a penalty like this will happen.
And that's Exum did a great job there. It's Caleb, and he's 6'3", 300 pounds, number 4 for the Bulls. He's a
gentleman.
They throw it out there. Good block out there by Luther, and that's going to have a nice gain on the play, but going to be very close. It looks like he's just a little bit short.
Yeah. Going to the short side of the field, Jock was didn't have a lot of room and was actually waiting for his blockers to get in place, but main thing, he got far enough to move the chains and keeps this drive alive. They've had to work for their yardage so far.
Yeah, this Parrish defense, I've been impressed with the coverages that they have out there.
They're the real deal.
And that big, looks like a Mike linebacker, Jamalian Williams out there. It's listed at 185. I don't believe it. And this time, Partridge goes to the middle of the line, gain of about 2 on the play. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
Yeah, there is a war going on in the trenches there. We're seeing it unfold right in front of us here. Palmetto has a huge line. Parrish is very impressive, and they're big, and they're going at it.
And the fans are continuing to pour in the stadium here. 2:22 on the clock. Hennessy looks things over. A receiver on both sides of the formation. Luther's blocking, and that's going to be a false start on the Tigers.
Yeah, that's like the 5th one. We're keeping count of them here.
It does make a difference.
It is, it's.
And I think it's because of the false fronts and a lot of the shifting and moving that the Parrish defensive line is doing. They're not as big as our offensive line, and we do a lot of zone blocking, so they're trying to confuse the line, and it's causing them to jump off sides.
Yeah, they got the one big fella out there, that's Caleb Exum, and then the rest of them are doing the old, like Brad Culpepper shifting and jumping around, and it's confusing those Tigers. Good run there by Kieran Jones.
Yeah, he's gonna earn his paycheck tonight, and every yard is gonna be tough. It's been a slugfest here on this series.
So respectively, you've got first you've got Jock Harris out there, and now you have Carter in the slot. And now Parrish jumps off sides. Number 26 caught in the neutral zone, and that's Silas Edwards. Troy, what's going on down there?
Number 6 might have been graded by Stefan Aristill. So I would jump off sides too.
yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah, Stefan.
He is a great kid.
Nice, he is. And this entire line is awesome. They're just huge.
Yeah, 6'5", 330. It's kind of nice. And this time driving forward, a gain of about just very close to the marker. And it looks like he's got the spot for the first down. Kieran Jones.
Yeah, third short, and just a sweep, a dive through the guard tackle, and just get to the marker and move those chains.
So 35 seconds left here on the clock on the first quarter. Tigers really going with the 2 receiver sets, and you've got Ace Luther over here on the left side of the formation. And so you may tip to maybe a run left here. And Partridge runs right and goes for a first down, 10 yards on the gain.
Yeah, Partridge, that change of pace back there, and probably one of our best runs tonight. Running hard, great north and south. Each running back brings something different to the table, and a much needed run. Maybe that'll open up. They got 8 people in the box, and I know Coach Sanders is setting something up here.
As the clock goes to zeros here in the first quarter, the Palmetto Tigers with a 7-0 lead.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
So tell me, what was actually the name of the award? It was you were the number 1.
Hennessy sends Luther, and he sets up wide to the right side of the boundary. And this time, Shane Partridge is tackled, very sound tackle there by number 26, and that is Silas Edwards once again.
Yeah, Tigers are sticking with the run game, and if they keep this up, we're going to be done in less than an hour. But the penalties with all these false starts are going to keep us here. But they're sticking to the run, and so far so good. But it's been hard earned.
Well, Jock Harris was uncovered there for a while, but coming out there wisely is Patrick Robinson. Now he's in bail coverage. Hennessy looks. Now he fires it out there, and that's going to be Harris. And he drives forward for a big completion, first down on the play. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from the 28-yard line.
You see the 2 receivers going downfield, and Harris just running a short route to get him open, to free him up with a little bit of space. And nice pitch and catch. Hennessy put it right on the mark for him.
Hennessy is making some really good reads, and there's a lot of talent here. Jeremiah Washington was wide open. He's a dynamic, play for Abel on the basketball team.
Yeah, Jeremiah, he has excellent receiving, made a great catch 2 weeks ago.
26 yards.
Oh, look at that, hole in the zone, squatting down, and that's going to be Maurice Carter, and that's coaching and that's the kind of stuff Seth Varnador on the other side does. If you're going to squat down in the zone, that's the way to do it. Watch this.
Yeah, just go, turn around. Nobody's covering you, and get it to your athletes and let them do their thing.
It's a really good execution by the Tigers. You know, you've seen that with Hennessy, especially on first downs. He's not greedy, looking, for the long ball down there. He'll
take what they give you and make the good pass, make the good reads, like it was stated earlier.
And this time, big hole. K-Ron Jones for 6.
Touchdown, Tigers!
And with a few passes, as the lights are blinking tonight, the passing game opens up the running game and made that one look easy. That was the easiest run all night, right into the end zone. Watching it again. Great job. Look at that. Look at that offensive line blocking, and look at that hole there. Nobody touches him, and he's 10 yards down the field.
Well, Ken, he kicked one out, that one to the west. It didn't get wet out there on the west coast, but it was very near that back fence. Brandon Galloway, execution was beautiful. Ferguson with the snap, and Harold with a hold, and Galloway with another strong kick. So get a kick out of that beautiful floor that you're going to find at Minnesota Flooring.
A very hard-earned drive for the Tigers, and first quarter stats. As you can see, thank you,
Stephen Johnson from the Atlanta studios.
Thank you, Steve. Tigers with the running game, 8 rushes, 39 yards, 2 for 2 on the passing. Oh, I'm sorry, he's got it updated there.
I like that. It's being updated live.
Yes, and the one big one is the 35 yards in penalty, but Parrish is not far behind with 15, and they've all been the little 5-yarders, other than 1 or 2.
Now, one of the tough things about being on the special teams here for the Tigers, we've seen Brandon, because of penalties, the Tigers spiking the ball and spinning the ball, have to kick the ball from the 20 after personal fouls and all that. But when it's very difficult to believe that he's not going to hit a touchback. You have to be concerned that he may eventually hit one thin, Ken. Galloway approaches, and he hits that one, a line drive knuckleball, and that was a different look. So hey, Troy, he's just trying all those different clubs out in the bag. That was a 2-iron.
Yeah, he dug out that deep in his bag there. That's ridiculous. Ridiculously talented.
Yeah, he hit the middle of the ball for, non-soccer players out there, or, Ken, and kicker like yourself. That's very hard to kick the ball that far.
A line drive that lands 5 yards in the end zone. That's ridiculous.
And you've got it with it knuckling, and the wind that's slowing it down.
No aerodynamics on it. Just
definitely
all leg.
Be like Phil Necro back in the day throwing that knuckleball for the Braves.
Balls rolls to his left. He's going to keep it, running, leaning hard. He gets a big hit there, but nice gain on the play of about 5, and that's going to be Isaiah over there one more time. Tyson.
Yeah, this is not what they have done with Bolts. He's primarily a very athletic guy, but for him running the ball, ouch.
He doesn't want to take too many more of those types of hits here tonight.
Isaiah Tyson laid it on him there.
So Tyson came out of his left DN position, made the tackle on the hash on the far side of the field. That was pretty impressive.
You run to the ball nonstop until that whistle blows.
Got a back in there for additional protection. Did a good job of picking one up, but the Palmetto Tiger defense just, brings that one to a minimal gain. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, this is probably the biggest play of the game for the Bulls. They have to stay in this game. They need to convert this to have some semblance of a drive here. The Tigers' defense has also been pretty stout tonight, especially laying hits on the athletes running the ball.
So 8:45 on the clock for Vols. He has 3 receivers out there to the right, 1 to the left. Tries to draw the Tigers off sides. They hold steady. Big hole there for Vols. Good play call. Takes a big hit by Paul Moore, but really good run.
Yeah, Stoltz had only run the ball 3 times in the first 3 games, and it's just straight, give him a nice stiff arm. But Paul Moore, and he's got to have a big night to lace the hit on him. I don't know how much longer he's going to last taking these hits.
That one was a little bit helmet to helmet on that one, or you could hear the sound of the plastic here, but no replay down on the field. I guess we do have the Jumbotron down there, but they can't change it here. Now he drives forward for a gain of about 3 on the play. So it looked like they got
an illegal
motion
shift.
Yeah.
These little 5-yard penalties are really mounting up tonight.
So 1st and 15 for the Bulls here. Really a surprisingly slow-moving game here with the quarterback talent for both of these teams. They've been running the ball, and even with the stoppage of the plays, the stoppage of the penalty with all the penalties is slowing the game down. This time he throws a little bubble screen out there, and driving forward is number 32, and that's Jacoby Thomas. But very minimal gain on the play of about a yard.
Yeah, Coach Seth Barnador over there trying to get his star running back into some space and just not having much luck with that as they got a player down.
I'm hearing that as I work my way through the cables as the knock on the press box door comes here. Go to multitask, get that one opened up, and we do have an injured player on the field. Number 8 is Evan Johnson.
Yeah, he's in the nether region area. He's a little concerned there. It's as I continue to call these games, I notice that our trainer from last year at Palmetto, Scott, is now the trainer for Parrish, as well as a few players from Palmetto that were formerly on the roster at Parrish last year. Glenn Davis and Mike Rumpf were Parrish Bulls last year. So there's a lot of connection here between Parrish and Palmetto. I think Ken and I pointed that out last year. He called out a lot of names of people that he knew that were from Parrish that were Palmetto High people. So it's a family affair.
It's just Back to the Future. It's been changed up. It used to kind of go north and south across the river. Now it's going east and west.
And for the trainer, it could just be he lives closer to home and he doesn't want to fight the traffic getting from Parrish to Palmetto every day. So
well, that's true.
I see that in my workforce.
I give a special shout out to our current trainer, Steve Favia. He had been very ill a few years ago. He made a full recovery and is back time with the Tigers.
And we just had a quick thing from Bayshore up 28-7.
Nice ball. That one's going to be caught there by Nathan Schuler. 5'10", 160. He looks a little bit bigger than that, but that was really just squatted down in the zone.
Yeah, the Tigers, they played a lot of zone on their defense. They put them across the field, and that time he was able to run a good route and squat, like you said, and puts them in a 3rd and about 5 here. Big play, another big play for this Bulls team tonight.
3rd and 4 here. Throws it out there quickly. A little pick play out there and a toss, and it's going to be tackled first down on the play. A nice little hook and ladder there. Barnador dials one up to Jacoby Thomas. He wanted to get it all the way down the sideline.
And again, you want to get your best athlete the ball, so sometimes you might have to do a little bit. We call it a hitch pitch.
The hook and lateral.
The hook and ladder.
What a great play, though, by number 6. He did everything within his power to make that tackle. He actually tackled him by the hair.
Jeremiah Patterson. And that is totally legit, Troy, Jeremiah Patterson with a play.
Jeremiah Patterson grabbed him by the dreads and then finally corralled him. So, you got to use everything you need to make the play.
Yeah. So, your hair is considered part of the uniform, so it's fair game.
The thing I don't like about that is, when you get the old guys in the press box and, when the players have the names on the back of the jerseys and that kind of things when you're watching the NFL, when you're checking it out, it's kind of hard to see what's up. Now, some guys here are so spectacular, right? You know, we had some guys here at Palmetto High School, and you know, Troy, tell me the guy that played for Pittsburgh with the big, long dreads.
Goodness. Well, I don't know if he had dreads, but he must be referring to Troy Polamalu.
Polamalu had he just had a beautiful head.
He was a great safety.
That's why he got the Head and Shoulders commercial.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
You did him right. Oh, and they tried to draw him off. Great play in the backfield, Paul Moore.
And as we said, Paul Moore was going to need to have a big game for the Tigers to slow down this run game, and just darted through the line, through a gap there, and
that was
made a Saturday play.
Huge, because on the blocking on the edge was outstanding. It looked like that was going to go for about like 11 yards or so on the handoff, and Moore just makes a great play.
Yeah, he basically jumped the route. Yeah,
that's exactly what you want from your 3-year varsity starting linebacker.
Yeah, we talked about him in the pregame. So 6:11 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers have the ball in very good position, great shape here. And this is probably a water break right now, Ken.
Yep, 6:11, perfect time for the required break. This gives an opportunity as we change possessions here. We changed the possessions, right?
Yes, that was fourth down.
That was fourth down, so the Tigers have had 2 very good drives, a short one, and then they had to grind the last one, but they've been able to get points.
They probably like that at the cut where they're having an official watch party there tonight. Now, Hennessy is now going to line up, and he's got one back in the backfield, hands the ball off to him there, growing out wide, and that's Kieran Jones driving forward, and he's going to be about, it's going to be right at the marker. He gave him the first down on that spot.
Yeah, you're seeing the Tigers, they have made some adjustments here, and those passes earlier from the last drive are really opening up things here. He's running untouched into the second level, and when that happens, great things are going to happen with that.
And, the number 0 there, Juan Miguel Ganoa Torcidios, out there trying to strip that ball away. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Partridge with a lot of room.
Oh, my goodness.
Gashes him and then cuts it up to the middle of field. Gain of about 15 on the play. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. We are now in the red zone, and that's the Heinz Law red zone.
That is really starting to impose his will on the Parrish defensive line. Ace Luther is just banging out there.
It's great to see that from Luther out there. He's a very dynamic receiving threat too, but he's been really had great blocks this year. Oh, Partridge. Really great blocking on the left side of the line there. That's terrifying.
The holes are opening up here, but Partridge is he's deceptively quick here. He's hitting that hole pretty hard, and I've never seen him move this quick. He's deceptively fast. Tigers moving quick.
Clock down to 4:40. Hennessy, and he's got Kieran Jones in the backfield. And, this is one of those where you just probably want to pound the rock, and he does. Oh, great play, and number 21 knifing in, Markeon Maxwell.
Yeah, linebacker made a great play. That's the first stop they've had here in some time here. Last 6 or 8 plays, the Tigers have been gashing them.
So you've got left tackle.
We got a little bit of rain here.
Big fans to pray for the rain to go away. Send in your prayers online.
Rain, go away. Come back another day. 3rd and 1 for the Tigers. Kieran, nice jump cut. He's going to have a first down driving forward. And Tigers knocking on the door now.
Yeah, that was designed to go through the left side of the line, and wasn't a lot there. And you referenced the jump cut. Found a hole, got what he needed, and most importantly, move the chains again. Knocking on the door.
Clock continues to wind here, 3:27. And you can see big number 4 there. He's trying to bring the Parrish fans up into the game. You know, maybe get those Tigers to have a false start. You can hear they're getting kind of loud over there across in the visitor stadium. This time Partridge has it, takes a big hit in the middle of the line. It's really going to be a gain of about half a yard on the play. So it's going to bring up a 1st and 6, or 1st and goal.
Yeah. Hey, look at this shot, Brian. The pylon cam, the Burton Trucking pylon cam.
I love the Burton Trucking pylon cam. That's that down the line look. You combine that with the aerial shot that we get in the pylon cam. And
it makes our job easy.
The guys are cranking it up back there behind us.
There's nobody in America at the high school level with pylon cam.
Exactly.
Carter goes in motion. I like a little yo-yo motion. It's going to sneak out. Good coverage
throw it
by
away.
Parrish.
Throw it away.
Throws it late to Carter. Great catch. You know,
wow.
Hennessy does a great job just buying time there and setting that one up. And the lights flash here at Palmetto High School. Troy, tell me about it. What did it look down there at field level?
Oh, man, it's beautiful to see these lights flashing and the team playing so well. They're really moving the ball, playing physical, executing the plays, and penalties to hurt themselves. This is a beautiful display of football tonight.
Yeah, he played that all the way till he was almost out of bounds, Brian.
Ferguson now with a snap. Harold with a hold. Kick is up and good, but there is a stoppage of play on the field. It's going to be a false start on the Tigers.
Well, I guess I spoke too soon.
Well, you know what, Troy? when you got Galloway, if we get a good snap and a good hold, they could do a
they
5.
can move him back.
They can keep backing him up all night. We'll get the point.
Okay, Troy, you're looking back at the track here with the Arctic Air sideline.
Yes.
I want you to look where the kick lands on this one. Now, picture, we don't have the lanes painted on here because we just resurfaced the track. Predict a lane out there on the track from this kick.
From this distance?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my, that's going to be lane 8.
Wow, okay.
He's got that kind of leg, and that's really close. He's going to hit a lane 8er.
But behind, I was noticed it riding my bike this morning. Behind the little building there, you can't get around. So I say he's going to kick it right into that fenced-in area.
It could.
Oh, I see that.
That's what I saw that on my bike early this morning. Like, what do they got going on there? The kids walk around the track during PE, and they would probably have to cut across on the field to do their laps. So let's see what he does.
2:24.
You see the ball boys were running all the way to the back of the fence there.
Yeah, set up to be like an outfielder when you're playing a softball game against those power hitting teams and try to rob them as the ball goes over the fence. There's a high kick, and he hit that one thin, got it up, and just drives it up there to the left. So now the Palmetto Tigers have a 21-0 lead.
Yeah.
I got to comment on this crowd. Both teams representing very well. Obviously, it's a home game pretty much for both teams, but this is a very, very excited and full crowd as the rain begins to come down and nobody's moving.
Yeah, it was just about this time last year I was watching the replay on TigerVision, and right about before halftime, the rain started coming down, but it didn't went away, and the Tigers got behind. If you remember, as we watched the score update there.
That's right.
Buchholz 3, Manatee nothing. Wow, that's a close one. Buchholz a good program.
Troy, you can't see the screen here tonight, but we've got live score updates. Well, you can see it on the Jumbotron out
see
there.
It on the Jumbotron.
That's right.
Yeah,
all right.
That's something new the boys have been working on, where we can jump into other games.
Well, listen, this is the best. This is the best broadcast. I mean, the pylon cam, the drone shots, you guys in the booth, and my man kicking the ball.
Goodness gracious!
He almost hit the camera.
That was sick. That one was.
That was out of the end zone.
Yeah, that thing, but it almost hit the long jump pit out there. It was that deep. So that was 6 yards, 7 yards out of the back of the end zone.
I know in some of the camps I was looking at some of his stats, and he had 75-yard kickoff at one of the Coles camps. And that's 5 yards off the field.
Wow. Yeah, I was sliding by. My brother DJ lives down the road here, and Rich and I were going to, maybe drop by, and I saw Rich almost threw my truck off the road because he saw Brandon kicking him through the uprights from the 50, and he's like, "Man, we got to go check that out,"
Yeah.
And so
he's fun to watch.
What a leg!
I've been out on the field visiting with him. He's fun to watch. Oh,
this time a little confusion with the receivers. The good spot in the zone to throw, but one of the receivers probably didn't run the right route there.
Yeah, and with the Tigers grinding with the running game, Parrish has really got to get a score, and they've got to do the 2-minute drill. If they don't, Palmetto may get another shot at the ball here right before halftime, get another score in.
So now he looks things over. I'm looking at the checks, and he's going to throw for the big ball down there. They were tangled up on the sideline. Number 13 there, Brandon Tricano, was looking for the PI on that one, but pretty good coverage over there by Rump.
Yeah, that was just a good football coverage, and when they're on them like that, things are going to happen, but there was no interference. And it'll be 3rd and 10. We can get another 3 and out. We will get the ball back.
And there'll be plenty of time on the clock here. If you look at the hamburger menu there, Palmetto with 2 timeouts remaining. This time Voles keeps it, breaks a tackle. Really strong-looking run there. And he's finally going to be brought down at the 21-yard line, and that's going to bring up a punting situation here for the Bulls.
Yeah, he's a big, solid quarterback. He's 6 foot, goes about 200 pounds. He's besides being a big student of the game, he's a load to bring down. And it has been they're really their only offense tonight with him keeping the ball.
Kyron Davis really made a good play on coming into the game. I was looking at Vols. He only had 3 carries, but that was for 31 yards.
31 yards, yes.
So it tells you he's not getting sacked a lot either, because they're going to take the yardage off of, they treat it here. They take it off the rushing statistics.
He's a great student of the game, and he has a great offensive coordinator setting him up.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
36 is going to try to find the
that's not
boundary,
good.
And that's not going to make it happen.
Yeah, you don't want the punter trying to run and get a first down for you when your quarterback and your running back can't do it. And the snap was a little off, and he panicked. And
yep.
I understand. And
it may have been play called, and if the snap is not snapped inside, he would have had the corner over there because it's very close.
And again, they practice that bad snaps. They'll have a call. We used to call it fire. Yeah. He's running for his life there and did a great job, but Kyron Davis, the inside linebacker, was Johnny on the spot.
In a game like this with the clock, Palmetto Tigers, the clock was down to minute 38. The way the Tigers are driving, they're going to get the ball again. So you go for it on 4th down there because there was plenty of time on the clock, and you got dynamic punt returners too. So. Yeah. We think of it as a dangerous play or trick play, but if you did the math on that, the Tigers would have had plenty of time to go down and score. So, give it a shot.
Partridge looking for running room, just nowhere to go that time, but we know we got a good shot at least 3 points out of here, but they want to get a 2-for-1 here as we get the ball to start to get 2 scores back-to-back. Begin the second half.
Oh, they faked the ball to Kieran. Now they're going to throw it. Hennessy throwing the big ball, and it's caught by Maurice Carter. So a great play.
My goodness. He is only 5'7", but he plays so much bigger.
He's calling that one incomplete.
We'll see it on incomplete.
Yeah, yes. I'm seeing it over there. Let's see that on the Jumbotron. So
maybe he said he's out of bounds, but it looked like he had a foot at least in bounds.
I certainly thought so. Let's look at that one on the Arctic Air replay. So there's Maurice coming out of the break. Hennessy rolls, throws. And it is, let's see, caught.
He's got one foot in.
He got two. He had both.
All you need is one in high school.
Yeah, but he tapped the first one. Look at that. It's down on the ground when he's got.
And the interesting thing is the official's really not in a position to see where the footwork is unless he did not complete the catch.
That is a touchdown.
Yeah, that's a touchdown. He at least had that second foot in as the ball was under control. Oh, wow. Maurice Carter's going to be tackled at the 3-yard line.
So I think it's Maurice Carter's turn to get a touchdown. So they're figuring out all these different ways to get him the ball. My goodness.
Now we got a flag over there. And
well, they're gonna they're probably gonna get Ace Luther, although he blocked the crap out of that guy.
Yeah.
he just walked over top of him. You can't step over top of him. He knocked him all the way into the fence. Which, that block started on the numbers, but him stepping over him is a violation, so you can't do that. And I might be offsetting because a Parrish player came over and pushed Ace into the fence, and we'll see that on the replay, I'm sure.
Okay, thank you for that Arctic Air sideline report.
Good.
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is the touchdown.
That's a look at the touchdown.
Carter's catch with his feet in. Both feet were in.
Yeah.
He's 5'7". Guys.
And then, look at the splash.
Wow. Look at the splash. My goodness.
That is a great look by the guys behind us. Holy cow.
You got the water going right here. And throw the ball in there. The kickers don't have to kick. They kick their own ball, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's go celebrate out there in the water.
So the referees and the officials are talking this one over. They're going to try to get everybody to settle down.
And you're so right, Brian, because we're having a good time with the replays, but Tigers need a score here. We got 3 with our kicker, but we want 7 going into halftime, getting that ball back, start second half. A lot of things they can do here. I think they've got their timeouts.
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time.
So first and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, there's Luther on the block.
Here in the Heights red zone.
First and goal.
Kieran Jones runs to his right. Nice play by number 21 there, Markeon Maxwell.
He's about a half-yard short, but there's another flag down.
They're going to call holding on the right side of the line here. That's going to back the Tigers up, said Captain Obvious.
25 seconds. This is going to back them up to about the 10. That could play in the Tigers' advantage because that gives them a little bit more for the defense to have to cover a little bit more field. So stops the clock. They didn't have to burn a timeout. We have 2 left according to TigerVision.
And now there is a timeout called by the Tigers.
Okay.
So we're down to 1 timeout here with 25 seconds on the clock. So that's going to back them out of the Heights red zone. Ken?
I think there's a lot they can do here. We haven't seen Luther as a receiver. Troy's talked about him blocking and getting downfield, but maybe this is time for the tight end to make an appearance. Any thoughts?
I was just thinking what a great job Luke Bustle's doing on the public address here tonight. It's been a pleasure to listen to it.
And he had some big shoes to fill with his dad
Brian,
retiring.
Yeah.
So that's a tough act to follow, and he has stepped in. He spotted for him. So I think he's got a good future ahead for him doing it.
Kieran Jones in the backfield. There's movement across the lines.
Tigers are clapping, but that doesn't generally mean anything.
That was clear encroachment against or offsides against the defense that time.
Thank you very much for the Arctic Air sideline report.
Troy, does Hennessy just, with his cadence, is messing him up?
A little bit. I think the clap is drawing them off sides. The clapping is drawing them off sides, as well as all the shifting that they're doing. They're themselves off sides. They're drawing themselves off sides with all the shifting.
Which I would do too. If I'm 294 across the line, I'd be shaking. Oh boy,
Lots
wide
of
open.
time.
Now he throws it late, throws it out of bounds. Good heads-up play. Heads-up play. Had a receiver
Very smart play.
Yeah, smart play, right, Troy?
Excellent play. He's playing a very good quarterback tonight. He saw nothing. He extended the play like he did before.
3.
He extended the play like he did before, but he
throw
saw
it away.
nothing. He just threw it away.
Yeah, he did the check down. Nothing was there. Throw it away and line up and do it again. Still have 18 seconds here. Still a lot they can do.
Oh, check this one out here. Number 70 is going out there, Michael Sanders. He's 6'2", 300 pounds out there wide to the left. That would almost certainly mean a screen out there, but Hennessy rolls.
Run it.
He's got him.
Oh, he's got him. Oh, you had him.
And he drops it.
Oh, my.
But there you see, Troy, how about the composure of Hennessy there and the lineman not getting downfield?
Exactly. They didn't get downfield and held up well with the blocking. Hennessy didn't get shaky with his feet like most young quarterbacks will do, and he fired a bullet that only his teammate could catch.
So 11 seconds on the clock. Palmetto Tigers, I believe we burned that last timeout, right, Ken? So
yeah,
there's your menu, right?
They have one more. They have one more timeout left.
One more timeout, so we're good to go. You got enough time to throw the ball in the end zone here, or out in the flat, Oh, I like that matchup out wide to the left. He runs the option to the right, and this time the Bulls are all over it. Great play there made by Markian, and that's going to bring up probably a field goal opportunity.
The Palmetto calls the timeout. 4 seconds. Yeah, running the option to the short side of the field.
That's not a bad play, though. I mean, it's safe. It's safe, and we don't put the ball in jeopardy, and we save that down in that timeout for a dynamic kicker. And we get the ball in the second half, so not a bad strategy.
Yeah, you can still flip 10 points on them here. We knew we had 3 when there was a minute left and had all these shots, but offense playing well here.
You'd like to see us punch that one in from the one, after the offsetting penalties. But again, this is a young team, and they'll continue to grow and get better as they go along, not only in this game but on the season.
We've got a big halftime for you. We're going to have some young cheerleaders coming in. It's the Richardson-Stinton halftime show. We'll have some statistics that come in here, and you can see with 4 seconds on the clock, this one would extend the lead to 24-0 for the Tigers.
And we need to get our kicker some field goal opportunities because we're going to need him down the line.
Field is slick down there, and there's some motion, so they got us. That's fine. Actually, that takes the angle out of this kick a little bit. That's fine. That's fine. If I'm Parrish, I might decline that one.
Again, Parrish is doing a lot of jabbing at the line, a lot of moving and shifts. They're not doing any cadence things, but they're doing a lot of shifting and moving with their feet, changing positions from right lead foot to left lead foot, just trying to throw the offensive line off.
Ferguson with the snap, tie, kick is up and good. Great job by Liam Harold there on the hold. Made an excellent hold there. Palmetto Tigers with a 24-0 lead as we get ready for the halftime break.
Yeah, lots of cheerleaders are going to be out there on that field, so enjoy it as the Tiger fans enjoying their 24-0 lead, Brian.
And we'll have some fun here. We've got Dan West. We may go in and out here. Meredith West is a Palmetto native, Palmetto High graduate, former Palmetto High agricultural teacher. He was the manager of the Manatee County Fair for 17 years and now serves as our mayor. Mr. West, your son's graduated from Palmetto High. You worked for the Manatee Fruit Company years ago. That property really is within about a dozen football tosses away from Harllee Stadium. We have so many friends from Parrish here tonight that were our classmates and teammates, former season ticket holders at Palmetto High. Isn't it surreal tonight to be part of this North River rivalry when we all grew up, played, went to school, worked with, and we love some of these guys from the Parrish community?
Yeah, it's fantastic to be here tonight with the folks from Parrish. Going to school with a lot of these people that are sitting across the way, people that came before us here at Palmetto High School with their Palmetto High School diplomas. It's just great, and it's a wonderful thing for us to be able to come together and have such a wonderful game here tonight. And when this is, before the game's over, I hope to get over there. But if the rain doesn't come on, then we're going to get over there and meet and talk with some of our friends. But it's great.
So, Mr. Mayor, you had two boys that went on to be great offensive linemen for the Tigers, and one ended up being one of our best camera guys we've ever had because he knew all the play calls, and that definitely helped. And now he's off to college. What is he doing now?
Well, I'll tell you what, he's having a lot of fun. He works at the Carson Newman, and they broadcast the Carson Newman football games and other sports. And tomorrow he's going to be really excited because he's going to be at the college football game day in Knoxville. We got University of Tennessee versus the Georgia Bulldogs tomorrow, and he's going to be there holding a sign for the ACC in the morning. So he's going to be there at 6:30 and enjoying being there, part of that college game day experience. He's going to love it.
And is he going to, Brian, I'll let you get
I just wanted to say this is big time. The cheerleaders out there. I'm going to jump in the middle of Dan's interview. The mayor, because my granddaughters are out there. I've got Covington, Varnador, and Charleston out there. So,
But they're not rookies, though. They're like veterans doing this.
Oh, they're seasoned vets.
Seasoned vets.
So, we're going to get a look at that. Look at all those young cheerleaders out there along with the Palmetto High cheerleading staff. What a fun night here at Palmetto High School. And I'm not going to, break away for a second during this Richardson Stinton halftime report and see what the girls have put together for us out there. Oh, there's Covington on the back row. I see her there. You might have the telestrator there.
I could do it, but I think I can only do it on an instant replay.
Okay, you got
it. There
it.
we go.
There's Charleston.
There's Charleston.
Yeah.
Wow, she's growing up on you, Brian.
Oh, she's unbelievable. You ought to see her walk on her hands and that. She's like a gymnast out there. I'm so proud of the family. So I'm gonna turn it over to Dan, and we'll get the band also.
I got it.
All right. Let's give another big round of applause for the junior cheerleaders. Also, let's give a big thanks to the Ledgeline Construction and the Johnson family.
They do this every year, and it never gets old watching them do that.
That's for sure. It's a great show they put on.
So we have a couple things we want to talk about with all the kids that we went to school with that came from Parrish, but the duet Audubon. We need to talk about that. Otherwise known as State Road 37, State Road 62, Wade Carlton's Nova with the 350 engine, probably toting Russell Horn, would nearly set land speed records to make that long trip from Duet every day into Palmetto, just to get to Palmetto High. I remember Steve Johnson telling us he was thinking, I'm going to kiss the parking lot blacktop at PHS if we make it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I know Russell, he's my cousin Casey's dad.
Yeah.
And so I'll have to talk to him about this Audubon. He hadn't told me about that. So,
well, how fast that car could go, I think It was in the triple digits.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But what about, Brian just pointed this to the prayer life. So remembers that Steve Johnson loved staying out there with the Carltons and the Horns, and I would too. That would be a lot of fun. I think he probably went to Dry Prairie on Sundays, didn't he? Yeah, we went to Dry Prairie, so that was great. He got caught up in the prayer life out there on the Monday mornings on that trip from Duet to Palmetto. He was hoping and praying. So that's for sure. Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Okay, another topic, square feet versus acres. We Palmetto boys, we're very proud of our 2,000 square foot homes. The Duet boys with their family names on the roads were very humble about their 2,000 acre properties. We didn't know the difference, but we all ended up with our PhDs at the end of the day, and the joke is that's a Palmetto High diploma.
But we knew what 43,560 was. That's an acre, square footage.
Homecoming week, Cowboy Day. We have cowboys dressed up, and the Duet and the Parrish guys just came as they were every other day. Trucks with the gun rack, Southern draw. We were faking it.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But they just brought it. We liked them, and they liked us, but the girls loved those dudes.
Oh, my gosh. And just like those, Steve, I would spend a lot of time in Duet also with my cousins that live out there. And so, we would leave here on Friday and head to Duet. And so we spent a lot of time out there with them. We loved it. And it was just great. And coming back here as a former teacher, I got to have a lot of those students were from Parrish and Duet and that areas, Ellington. I just ran into a student of mine yesterday, Letitia Omby, with the Parrish Fire District. We were talking about the days when I was a teacher here and she was a student. It was great. It was great. And I love all those kids that I had. A lot of them are here tonight at the game on both sides of the field. They've got kids playing and at the different schools. It's wonderful to see them out and about and supporting their programs. And we, even tonight we've got on the other side of the field Zach Bonish, number 6, the linebacker. He goes to church. He goes to church with us at Palmetto First Baptist. Okay. So we know his family, the Bonish family, and the Davises, wonderful family. So,
yes.
Like I said, when this is over, I'm going to go over there and get to see and shake hands with some of those folks that we really know.
Can I ask you a fair question?
Sure.
Well, I have two. One would be, besides the Manatee County Fair, as the state director, what's your second favorite venue to go to for a fair? You've been to them all.
I could be in trouble on this, but no, I love the Florida State Fair, and there's so many good fairs across the state of Florida. Right now, we have 45 agricultural fairs across the state. But I was going to tell you, if you were going to go to one that you really want to take your kids and really learn about agriculture in depth, go to the Clay County Fair. Green Cove Springs. And that's just one of many, but that's just the first one that pops into my head. Hardy County, right next to us, a wonderful small fair, but it's wonderful. It's clean, and your kids would love it. Any one of those.
Favorite fair food?
Oh, my gosh.
This is coming from the state director.
Yeah, I would say has to be the Amish donuts. Because every fair I go, I generally end up with a little piece of one anyway. The Amish donuts have to be.
We're having a lot of fun here. I was thinking about a lot of the guys from Parrish over the years. I served on some boards, and I was with Buddy Keene over there. I think his grandson was playing for football with Parrish.
Yes, and their other his grandson's other grandfather was our head coach, Steve Hastings.
Oh, yeah.
Back in 80 through about 83, 84, somewhere in there.
Yeah, I think he jumped in 81. Yeah. And, it's a lot of fun. I remember talking to Buddy Keene, and I said, I got so many weeds that I can't get rid of. And what do you use? What kind of poison do you use? What kind of Roundup do you use or whatever? And he said, you got to put some iron on it.
Right.
And I was like, what's he talking about? You mean like a hoe?
Yeah.
You're talking about.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up, and we have the halftime.
Sure. Well,
thank you, Dan West, for joining us.
Thank you both for letting me come in. And this checks a bucket off a thing off my bucket list, being a radio thing with you guys. It's great.
We'll take a break here at the Richardson Stenton halftime show.
Very good.
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hello, I'm Greg Ellie of the Prosperity Group. Do you have an annuity? You hear a lot of things in the internet about annuities. You hear how bad they are, yet about 80% of people have some form of annuity. Many of you have an annuity that's probably over 2 to 3 years old. Did you know that right now you could refinance that annuity and potentially get higher guarantees, greater income, even if you've already started income? If you want to learn about it, go to mymoneyissafe.com.
It's morning again in Palmetto. Today, over 1,000 people will move from other states to Florida. Jobs and industries are rebounding, and so are the housing markets. It is no better time than the present to invest in quality real estate here. A safe and friendly place for your kids to play. A thriving hometown culture immersed in historic districts like no other. A place to turn a house into a home. Palmetto proud. Matthew Guthrie and Associates Realty.
Hello, I'm Scott Whitaker with Arctic Air Services. We started our business from the ground up and grew it based on the service end of the industry. We own over 50 vehicles, which we depend on every day to make our business run smoothly. We know the value and importance of offering great production and excellent service. That's why we choose Conley Buick GMC, because they provide us with the best cars and trucks and have a service department second to none. The next time you're in the market for a vehicle, I highly recommend Conley Buick GMC, where they'll treat you like family.
Hey guys, it's Alan Conley from Conley Buick GMC. Halftime's almost over, so make sure you stay tuned. Go Tigers!
The band will be performing their 2025 field production Untamed, featuring tonight Eye of the Tiger by Survivor and Tiger of the San Pedro by John La Barbera. The band is led by the field drum major Mia Roman. Once again, put your hands together for the Tiger Marching Band. Drum major, just let me know when you're ready. She is ready. Give it up for your Tiger Marching Band.
Welcome back to TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. We had a really good half there for Palmetto. Let's look at those halftime stats provided by Stephen Johnson in our Atlanta studio. Read them out, Ken.
Yes, obviously the one at the top is the one that matters the most, but Tigers balanced, pretty much dominating both sides of the ball. It's very obvious with the 95 yards rushing, very hard 95 yards up until late in this first half, and then the 74 yards passing. But Parrish struggling with just 43 total yards, and then that bottom one, the penalties of total between 100 yards. It seems like there's 15 of them. It's been 15 5-yard penalties to make up that. A lot of false starts tonight.
I love that live update here. So get a kick out of one heck of a good-looking floor from Minnesota Flooring. Long driving kick, nice kick. It's going to be fielded there, drives the impetus of the kick, took that one back to the end zone. He actually touched that on the one, but the force of the kick drew. That's the correct call by the official there. What do they call that? It's the momentum of the kick.
Yeah, it carried it in.
Yeah.
And he got up in the air. Great halftime here. What I liked is, those young ladies had to work practice and to go out and do their cheer in both bands, but they got to play in front. All of them did in front of a large crowd here tonight. So I was so excited. As you talked about, a great halftime show, but a great audience to play in front of as we start the second half. Right?
Yeah, and as the plays, I've been looking at the offensive line. We never talk about number 64, Ryan Reed. He's 6'1", 275. He's one of the smaller linemen out there, but man, can he run. You'll see him on trap plays and pulling plays, and this time he throws a great block right on cue and a big first or an 8-yard gain for Kieron Jones.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of running here. Brian's talking. And right there at the center of the line. Early in the game, there was tough sledding, but that big line with that running game tonight being the main impetus here, they are wearing that defense down.
Brings up a 2nd and 3. Kieron Jones in the backfield. 2 receivers out left. Bail coverage over here to the right. Just really pretty much just picking easy pickings there for the Tigers. So number 2, though, made a pretty good tackle to Alex Eldridge.
Yes, he did, and might have saved the touchdown. But great start for the Tigers. They're just dominating the line there.
Good block by Romeo McAllister, number 74. A tiny guy at only 290 pounds there. 6'3". Great blocking by those Palmetto Tigers. Big heavies are doing a great job. This time Shane Partridge steps up to the middle of the line. Gain of about 5 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Tigers. Clock is at 10:41.
Yep, more of the same. I think what the Tigers want to do is they just want to go down, get a couple scores. We'll put this game into running clock, and we'll get out of here with a nice win. But still a lot of ball to play here, and Tigers have been good. The penalties have not been good on both sides, but turnovers, both sides have done very well tonight. I don't think we've had one.
Yeah, we mentioned turnovers and penalties.
And special teams, yeah.
And special teams. So special teams is good for the Tigers. All touchbacks tonight. Conversion on every extra point. And a field goal at the end of the game.
Field goal and no punts.
And no turnovers.
No turnovers. So flawless game in that respect, Brian.
But we're going to get the eraser out on my number 2 pencil here, and with that one that says penalties right there, we might just erase that one out.
I have to break in. Is that score for real, Bayshore?
It is.
42-7?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Well, listen, man. Ace is doing a great job. He's got Dominique Rogers, and a few other guys that are coming over there.
He's got our old quarterback coach. They rekindled their friendship, and he was fun to interview on media day. Very upbeat, and he's the right guy for Bayshore to turn that program around.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. So they moved the chains over there. You know, I had a lot of fun talking to Ace Sanders there. You know, during the Suncoast Media Day, Troy. You know, Palmetto guy and doing what he did at South Carolina under Spurrier, and man, and I almost had a nosebleed. I kind of got fired up about Bayshore, you know, having a bounce back season this year, and here it is tonight.
Yes.
8:56 on the clock. Palmetto Tigers now. They only have one receiver out there wide to left. Looks like it's going to be a run-heavy play. Kieran Jones in the backfield. Parrish with 8 guys across the line, and they gash him. Kieran goes for a gain of about 4 yards on the play.
Yeah, they're loading the box up. Coach Sanders maybe at some point may have Hennessy, if he's got the right look, to go with a pass here to get a quick score.
You know, and that's one of those things at this point in the season. You're playing in a district game, you know, 6A, 11. Mm-hmm. You may not want to show that. You know, if you throw it may be better if you got a 9-man pressure up there just to run the ball and take what you get instead of showing what you can do against that kind of look.
Absolutely. You don't want to show the full playbook because you're going to need those plays later on.
Oh, ball's out.
Oh,
and it's
my
gonna
goodness.
Be on the ground.
Just what
and
you
it's
didn't
still
want.
on the ground, and that's going to be a turnover recovered by Parrish. And scrambling back to get on the ball was number 2. And we'll pick that up on TigerVision here, but
yeah, everything's been running great, but I think the ball just popped out. Let's see if we can't pick it up. Yeah.
Great play.
Great play by number 24. Yeah,
24 is Braden Jacobson. That looked like there's no flag on the play, but that was one of those like you do in basketball when you reach around the guy. Old Steve Johnson was as good as that, and you rip him out from the backside.
Yes.
You know.
Yes, exactly.
It looked like a basketball play. The way he reached
Came
that
around
free
and
arm out and punched it out from the back.
The peanut punch, and so great opportunity here for Parrish to possibly get back into the game. Let's see what they can do.
And Vols is just going to run this one. Really good-looking runner, and he goes for a gain of 5 on the play on the quarterback draw.
Yes, as we said earlier, he has not been a part of their running offense, but has been their best weapon moving the ball tonight as we watch the ball come loose. Great play there. Might get them back in the game. This is what the doctor ordered for the Bulls. See if they can capitalize against this tough Palmetto defense.
Jacoby Thomas is riding left sidecar out of the formation. Ball's going to take this one out of the pistol depth, and he runs it to the right. Needs to get a block. He does. He bounces that one out. Gets a little bit of a crackback block there, and he's got a very close on the marker. Looks like he may have the first down.
Yeah, it looked like you had him running east and west here, which is what you want.
Right, he's going to be a little shy.
Just a tad shy.
But he was able to get outside and make it close here.
Yeah, I don't know if he got the best spot on that one. Now it brings up a 3rd and 2. Good eye down there, Troy.
We'll see if they do a direct snap to Volts again.
So Volts takes this one out of the pistol. 3 receivers on the left. Single out wide on the boundary.
Yep.
And it's quarterback draw. And really good play. And that's going to be Isaiah Tyson, number 17.
And he has just come out of nowhere and having a great season, making big plays all season, and puts them in 2-down territory here. They got to go for this, and there was just nowhere to go.
Yeah, he's listed at 6'1", 215.
He is fast, and he's got a good nose for the ball, Brian.
And he spends a lot of time in the opposition's backfield, picks up those TFLs, you know. And Paul Moore, who's fantastic, you know, sometimes he just beats him to the punch with his speed in there.
Yeah, we're blessed with some great linebackers.
Watch for the hard count right here.
Yes, good point.
Looks out there, looked for the wheel route, didn't have it. Good job of it. Now he throws it down the great-looking route. Good play call. Good play call. Yeah, You watch it. That's a good play call. So you had, we talked about at the close of the fourth quarter. You run 2 out wide down the boundary. You focus all your attention for the other boundary, and then that guy on the far boundary gets lost. So watch this as it breaks.
So they had him bottled up here, and there was nowhere to go. He's thinking about running, and you see him right down there.
Beautiful.
There's nobody there. They let him get behind, and they play that zone, and the quarterback heads up there, keeping them in the game. They're first and goal.
In the red zone now, Vols keeps it, and he's going to be very close, but it's going to be about a foot short. Second goal.
Vols is going to be the only one that touches the ball in this possession down here.
Yeah, he looks good running the ball, doesn't he, Troy?
He does. He's a strong runner, and that read option is very deceptive. But I think the speed of the Tigers' defense is something that's going to nullify that hopefully here and keep them out of the end zone.
The Tiger fans are the students are getting excited.
Wildcat snap. Beautiful play call. So what you had there is Vols is going back, and the ball is snapped to the back. He plunges over for 6. Looked like a touchdown to me. It is a touchdown, and that is number 32, Jacoby Thomas. So you can see the trickeration on that. Watch his ball. And then it was snapped to the back.
And where they are, they may be going for 2 here.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah, because then it's 3 scores.
Well, you guys mentioned something about, earlier about not showing a lot of what you want to do for the other teams and the rest of the schedule. But I think when you have momentum and you have a young team and you got a lot of guys that want to touch the ball, you got to stay aggressive. And I think Coach will rue that last possession of just trying to run it and not throwing the ball and spreading the team out. But we'll see what happens here.
Thank you for that Arctic Air sideline report from Troy Bellamy, 5:19 on the clock, and they are going to go for the extra. They draw Palmetto offside now. This could get interesting.
Yeah, so instead of 3 yards, you're a yard and a half the distance, and they could come back and go for 2. Because essentially it's 20-yard extra point or a 17-yard extra point. It's irrelevant, and you got to know they're going to kick it.
And now Vols is back there as a holder, and you got an interesting look. You got pressure coming from that side. If he takes the ball, gets up, he's throwing left-handed. So he got those Tigers again.
That old Dallas Cowboy motion is just hurting us tonight. I don't think anybody's seen that.
These kids wouldn't know what that is, but that was their line. Landry would do that, have them stand up and then go back down.
Now they're going to go for 2.
Yeah, sure.
Close enough.
Yeah,
sure.
So they're on the point. This would make it points inside the 1. Yeah, and it's going to be a direct snap. It's either going to be the running back or Bolts.
What they got at tight end over here. One thing, you got a left-handed quarterback. You can flood everybody out there and maybe bring a tight end if they set up on that side. 88, your flanker to the right side of the formation. Hit him with a roll the left-handed quarterback to the left. And then he's just going to take it and go. Good heads-up play by Volts because they were not prepared for that ball, and he takes it for the keeper. So now, with 5:19 on the clock, the Palmetto Tigers are hanging on to a 24-8 lead over the Parrish Bulls.
And the Tigers were in cruise control, and 1 turnover capitalized, and they're making it a ball game here. So we'll see how we talked about how they handle adversity, and Parrish community has responded. So let's see what the Tigers will do here when they get the ball back.
You might see, instead of your guys up there across the line on the return team here, instead of having the big guys, you might see some of those athletes up there on the line, on the return line, to prevent against the onside kick.
You have to, yes. I thought about is what you were getting ready to say. I know what he's going to talk about as we look here. Riverview, who Tigers fought 38-35 in a loss last week, is cruising over Melbourne Central Catholic,
and they are called
on the road.
They're called the Hustlers. Is that right? Just want you to know.
No, that's at Riverview.
Okay, but the Riverview score, says right there.
The Hustlers, yeah. Melbourne Central Catholic Hustlers.
Just want you to know. Troy on the Arctic Air sideline, 5:19 on the clock. What do you expect on this kick?
Well, I expect for them, they have a very strong kicker as well, and that put us in a bad field position on the first possession of the second half. I would like to see us remain aggressive. We'll see what happens here. We've been running the ball very well, but if you're just going to put in double tights and try and ram it down their throat,
Coach,
it's going to be tough.
Coach Toma has heeded your advice, and he's got athletic people there on the front,
and he has some killers back there in the up back position. So you got Shane Partridge, you got Peanut Clements over there. Every one of those guys could be back there returning kicks, yes. And there is up back position. There's their high. It's a driving up one of the up backs, and it's Peanut Clemens, and this guy's got some shake, but he's unable to get past the 25-yard line. Pretty good coverage kick there.
Yeah, very smart kick, very strategic. But the best thing Peanut did was he got his hands on the ball and kept it, and so the Tigers get the ball back. That's the last thing you want to do is give them any momentum into what we've already given them to let them back in the game. It's up to the offense to respond here to take back the control of this game.
Yeah, he did a good job. Sometimes you get crazy thoughts. I'm going to let the ball go out of bounds. I'm going to stand out of bounds, and then they're going to get a penalty, and that ball will make a left turn, and then you're in trouble. You know?
It's not a basketball. It's a football, and you just don't know how that thing's going to bounce. So you got to field it. So well coached there, well done, and best thing is we got the ball.
So now the clock has 5:13 on it here. Palmetto with a 24-8 lead. Boy, there's a little bit of movement up there, not called, and very, very good run by Partridge there. Goes for a 9-yard gain.
So sticking to the game plan with the run. The one thing we haven't had, look at that hole right there, Brian. It kind of closed up, but it was there. But a nice. We haven't had a long scoring run, other than maybe 10 or 15 yards, but more than 50 yards would be great to see one.
And I'm fine with this. Second down here. The clock's winding here. At some point, Parrish is going to have to take some timeouts if the Palmetto Tigers continue to chew up that clock. Partridge with a couple really nice moves, first down on the play.
Partridge with a few cuts up the middle. Nice blocking by the Tigers.
Yeah, we're not going to change the game plan. We're going to stick with the ball and let those big guys control the line of scrimmage.
And you could see that number 21, Markean Maxwell, came up there, and Partridge was really some good feet, almost made him whiff on the tackle. So good feet there by Partridge.
Yeah, he came in with about 100 yards in the season, having a great night tonight. Again, both the backs are different styles, and it just makes it difficult for the defense to cover them.
Partridge again, and tries to drive this one forward, and he's going to go for a gain of a long 2 on the play, maybe 3. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 7.
All you need is 10 yards. So again, Coach Sanders not deviating here. We don't need to panic. The clock is our friend, and we're dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, let it roll. Now, if we see that, like Troy made a point earlier in the game, if they see that heavy pressure, 8, 9 guys up in the box again, you could see Ace Luther or somebody behind everybody if they're sitting in the house.
Yeah, they've been putting 8 in the box.
2 on the clock, and there's going to be a timeout by the Tigers, unless they called that.
It looks like, okay, the back judge threw the flag.
Yeah, so we had a delay game there for the Tigers.
5-yard penalty, second down and 13.
Parrish is being very deceptive with their fronts, their coverages, but I would still venture to say that no one on the field can cover Maurice Carter or Jock Harris. So there's got to be a way that we can diversify this attack here in just a moment.
3, thank you for that Arctic Air sideline report from Troy Bellamy. Oh, nice looking run there. Turns it up. Kieron Jones. He's going to be very close. Did you get the spot down there, Troy?
about a yard.
No, they're waving
first down. They got it right down on the line.
Troy, I thought the same thing. It looked like he was going to be a little bit, but then you see the side judge waving them, and so 2nd and 13. He just.
All right, so now that brings up a 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Clock is winding now at 2 minutes and 35 seconds here remaining in the third. No hurry for the Tigers. Do want to maybe not get a penalty on a delay of game, but other than that, they're going to wind it down as far as they can here. Hennessy has Partridge in the backfield. Great push by the line, but great play. Number 97 across the bow, Ty Baker. He's listed on my Max Prep sheet as 6'11", 225. Don't believe that. I'm going to go with 6'1".
Yeah, he's a little bit closer to 6'1" than 6'11". Great play.
But I will tell you this about Parrish community. I look at this roster here.
They have a lot of players.
But every name, every number, every year, that may be the only mistake. And they got on that roster 57 on the roster. It's all updated. Thank you very much to the Parrish High School for making it easier for us.
Makes us easy, yes. Thank you.
Bail coverage over there. He's going to squat in
Tight
the middle.
end.
Nice catch. One-handed by Ace Luther. Let's get a good look at that.
It looks like he caught that thing behind it with one hand. All right, I'm going to be tested here on this instant replay. But it was just a matter of time before he was going to get the ball.
And Troy, turn around, check it out on the Jumbotron. You probably are.
Yes, Ace Luther with a nice one-handed grab.
Look at that.
Behind him. He's a super athletic kid.
So running the opposite direction, he's catching it with his offhand there.
And he's got that Saturday size. You know, he's 6'4", about 250.
Good feet. Kieran goes to the middle line. He's got the first down. You know, that may be worth another look, but those are the kind of things, Troy, that we have here on TigerVision as presented by Conley Buick GMC. You know, those looks are just fabulous, guys. Thank you so much.
They are amazing. This crew works so hard pre-game, after the game, during the game. These looks are just amazing. All you got to do is look up at the Jumbotron. I don't even have to really do anything. You know, I'm just calling the game here on the sidelines. But what a great production company and group we have here. Best in the Southwest.
Thank you very much for that Arctic Air sideline report. You know, Troy, I wonder if their backs are sore from carrying us all these years because they make it really
14
easy.
seasons.
Partridge, good feet, nice game, four on the play.
And they do it so easily.
All right, let's have a break here at the end of the third quarter. Maybe we can fire up a trivia question here during this North River rivalry.
So we've talked about the split families.
There's your trivia question.
Yes.
Right
so the kids from Duet would have to come all the way into Palmetto. We talked about Wade Carlton. How many miles round trip is it from the Duet school to Palmetto High that they had to come every day? There's 4 choices there. We'll get the answer in a moment.
And
You're watching TigerVision, presented by Conley Buick GMC. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
It's morning again in Palmetto. Today, over 1,000 people will move from other states to Florida. Jobs and industries are rebounding, and so are the housing markets. It is no better time than the present to invest in quality real estate here. A safe and friendly place for your kids to play. A thriving hometown culture immersed in historic districts like no other. A place to turn a house into a home. Palmetto proud. Matthew Guthrie and Associates Realty.
opening up the fourth quarter, Partridge. Oh, nice little cut inside on a play that looked like it was going nowhere. Nice tackle. Another fine play by Markeon Maxwell. Markeon is a really nice looking linebacker back there, Ken.
Yes, that's why they have a stifling defense. They've got some really good linebacker play, and they play good to the ball, so we can pick him up.
And nice right there.
Right. Yeah.
You know, Troy Bellamy told me years ago that Partridge had really good feet. You know, I don't know, he must have been a freshman playing JV or something like that, and he played strong safety, but he shows that he's got a lot of running back talent.
I like the way he attacks the ball when he gets it.
Oh, key run. What a beautiful play. Watch this. Hey, Troy, how about this jump cut right here? Now, it's good blocking.
Kieran, I've known his family. His father was a strong running back at Booker High. His uncles, his grandfather was a longtime coach in the Sarasota Youth League in Sarasota, so he's got it in him. We got some really talented running backs. They're just a little tiny, but with that big line, man, they can get lost in there and make some really good yards.
As you say, lost, he is running right through the left side of the line there, and man, impressive.
And David Hayes in the middle of the line there with a great block. And then a little bit shaky on the exchange. Look at Partridge drive forward. That's a pretty good-looking play.
The way they're going, both these backs might get 100 yards tonight.
And really good blocking out there by the smallest member of the line, Ryan Reed, at a diminutive 6'1", 275 pounds. But really good blocking.
So he brings the line average down to 294. Otherwise, it would be over 300.
That's correct. But, you know, what you do see out of him, he's got amazing quickness on those plays, that, you know, like the sweeps and the jet sweep. He when pulling, he's amazing. This time, Partridge, a couple very nice cuts, drives forward, and it's going to be a first down. Now the Tigers knocking on the door in the Heinz red zone. Yeah, Heinz Law tonight is getting a lot of play, and we so appreciate all the things that they do and all of our sponsors out there.
Yes, all the sponsors, all you fans, we love you guys. I get a lot of feedback, so we love you guys. Keep tuning in, keep supporting.
Tigers in really good position here. 9:24 on the clock. Really need, you know, you don't want 3 out of this one. That's almost a lock now with Brandon Galloway and our great special teams play. You want to get 7 out of this one and put this game to bed. Partridge drives forward. Good play. Good shift by the defense. And at 21. Keon Maxwell, like we've been talked about, but there were 3 players involved. Good deal.
Yeah, they knew what was coming, and 21 jumped the line and was in the backfield.
They could tee off a little bit because they know Hennessy's not going to really run the ball. He has shown that ability, but that you have to really be a dynamic quarterback to make sure you pull that ball and run around the left end, because they just blitz right up the middle.
Yeah, and they're not so concerned about the gap integrity at this point in the game and those kind of things, so they're jumping in lanes where they're not supposed to be, and it has worked. Now this time Partridge drives forward, tackled by a gang full of tacklers. So Parrish not getting a little closer here. 3rd down. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
He is running through a lot of bodies there. You see that little hole opening up, just squirts through, and then plays defense, holding on to that ball as they inch closer to another score.
Check that. You know what? I could just sit here and, you know, we're looking through the glass here at Palmetto High School. I promise you, if you are watching from home or wherever, you got a better look than we do. Great shots. Oh, Hennessy keeps it. He's going to do a little option pitch out there, and it's going to go for 6. Heads up play by Hennessy.
What a great play.
I almost guarantee you that that's not how it was drawn up.
No, but.
And you get a little nervous with your quarterback who doesn't run the ball. You don't want to get him hurt because you need that arm. And but great heads up, picking up there with number 7, Shane Partridge, getting the score. And he's the one that needs the ball to take it across the line. Hennessy just with a great heads up play there.
Yeah, that's an unbelievable play.
Oh, beautiful snap. Kick is up, and it is good. That one may have left the stadium out east, but that really the Lights Palmetto with a 31-0 lead here, 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through the quarter, and there's been 2 touchdowns scored.
Well, on that play, I played a lot of offensive line here at this field, and there is no way that I would have had the discipline to not break that and have and be down. Now, it was a pitch, but in case it was a pass, all of our linemen, as I looked at the replay, they weren't downfield. Illegal receiver, ineligible downfield. They didn't. They stayed home. That was a great play.
They stayed home. Yeah, looking at the stats, the number one is the score 31-8, but 282 to 85 will most of the time reflect the score.
Oh, I did have an answer here. Tom Porter, who is out with a turf toe injury tonight, and he will be with us next week. He just has the answer here. Do we let someone else figure out the distance?
Let the boys put it back up there.
Yeah.
Maybe after the kickoff here.
Tom's got the answer, but we won't disclose that. Now a high driving kick. That's a good one.
That's his shortest one tonight.
Yeah, but that thing was so high up in those lights. Crazy.
So take it, Brian.
How many miles round trip is it from the DeWitt School to Palmetto High? From DeWitt to Palmetto High. Would you say A? There it is. The answer is 62 miles round trip.
Ooh. So today, one of those answers was 42. So the kids there now DeWitt School's closed in 2016, and it's a national. It's on a historical register. For them to go to Parrish Community, it's 42 miles. So it's 20 miles less each day for the DeWitt kids having to only go to Parrish Community.
And
that's a big deal this day with the traffic we have to deal with.
Oh, nice little route out there. Settles down. That's going to be a first down on the play. Great catch out there by Nathan Schuler. According to Johnson, who was terrified from the run from DeWitt, with the Carltons out there, he said, and the speed limit was 55 miles an hour. Now, we always are concerned about student-athlete safety. It's good that we have Parrish out there now. But he said the trip would take about 45 minutes, so do the math.
Yeah.
All right, so now Vols looks over over things. 3 receivers out there to the left, and he throws a nice route. Really nice route. And number 13 is Brandon Trucano.
He's been their go-to guy, and we kept him quiet tonight, but my goodness there. If he'd have caught that ball, he would have been sandwiched.
Well, he should have. He was going to try to run through on that catch. He's got the first down. He's just got to settle down and, and duck that big hit that's coming over the top.
Yeah, he was going to get crunched.
Beautiful route, good coverage, but, he's got good. Yeah, that's the one I think.
He had 250-plus yards coming into tonight's game, but he has been silent.
Oh, lots of pressure. Nice play. Vols looks and nowhere to go. And Paul Moore's there to clean it up. So he did almost made it. So Paul Moore is going to get a tackle for loss on that one, very near the line of scrimmage.
Oh, Isaiah Tyson got caught with the pump going up and got his feet there. He went right by him. Otherwise, it would have been a sack.
Hey, I like Isaiah Tyson a lot.
He has been a pleasant surprise.
I got to say, when you see Coach Arcady wheeling up and down, he's into it, man. He's really working hard.
Oh, Henson. And then Moore cleans it up. So Henson with the initial pressure. Paul Moore cleans that one up. So big sack on the play. Clock continues to wind.
Tigers led by number 9, Chase Henson.
Yeah, you see Henson coming around the edge there, and those are things you dream about. And made the play, and Paul Moore, cleaning it up.
I'm looking at some of that swag gear that is now exiting the stadium here. So as you come to the stadium, Be sure to go to that Northwest concession stand for your swag.
Oh, yeah,
gear
it's right in front of us
provided by
there.
the marketing class.
Nice.
There's Allison Varnador down there, and she leads the show. Kaylee Varnador down there, and Kelly Schuler. Oh, look at this. And that is going to be a scoop and score for Kyron Davis.
What a great play.
So, were they trying a quick kick?
Yeah, they tried the quick kick. They tried to quick kick it, and he fumbled the ball. It actually looked like it was about to be blocked, and he couldn't fall on top of it, and Kyron Davis scooped it and scored it.
So now that makes 5 minutes and 49 seconds here in the third quarter. And this will take it to a 38-8 lead for the Tigers.
Which means no, we're not quite there yet. We need one there. But defensive score is always a good thing when you're looking at the final score. If your defense scores, the odds jump tremendous. If you're going to win this thing.
There's a long kick back into the Tigers. Look at this drone shot here of play.
So one thing you do when you're the up back, you never back up. And I don't think he backed up that much, but if you back up, you're gonna get the ball kicked into you, and that's looked like what happened. And
yeah, and that sponsor is Doug's Hourly Muscle Aerial Coverage. You know, if you need to do some moving or some heavy lifting, that's a great company, and they serve this community well.
And they've been around for a long time. They're in our community, so thank you.
That was right on cue because the Tigers had muscled through the line. Now here's the score update, Ken. Pick it up.
Yeah, Rams are in again, up 38, now 45-14. Nice little added feature that TigerVision, where we can pop into the other high school games that are getting televised and give them live updates.
We've been for years giving you the scroller on the bottom here, but now taking a peek in and grabbing the highlights from those games. That's incredible. Great job, guys.
Kind of like they do on Saturdays and Sundays.
Yeah, you have to give credit to the guys. You know, we did the Clicking Spree pregame show. The guys at Clicking Spree, and of course, TigerVision is presented by Conley Buick GMC. Just what a job. Very short approach here by Galloway. And it was, set up that is going to be a pooch kick, and it's a very good one. It goes out of bounds, though, and it's going to be a flag on the play.
So they would get the ball on 40, 35, it's 25, 35-yard line, I think.
Yeah, they went out of bounds over there about the 14-yard line, somewhere in that range.
And maybe it's 20. I believe it's 25 yards from where you kick it.
And please don't show that one on the replay because I have no idea of the accuracy of my spot on that one. I'm surprised I didn't throw that up immediately. So now it's a first.
So it's
down for
it's
Parrish.
25 yards. Well, they're putting it on. They hadn't put it down yet.
35 should be it.
25 yards. But if you kick it shorter than that, like if it went out of bounds on the 42, you'd get it on the 42. So you kick it out of bounds. As worst case, you're getting on 35.
Spoken like a true kicker. Oh, nice little pass there. Great route. Settles down. First down on the play. Easy pickings. Kind of a soft zone over there, and it's like stealing.
Yeah, they're just playing across the field in a soft zone, keeping everything in front of you, and if they don't get a first down, the clock continues to run. But I think they got one that time.
Man, I like this Vols kid, man. He's got the he gets out there quick, left-handed, strong runner. He's got some receivers out there, but just a little bit overmatched here with the Tigers. There's another great route, and he goes for a big first down. Oh no, that's not good, Daryl.
He got up.
No way.
I saw the same thing.
Oh boy,
looked like he got bent the wrong way.
Yeah, was that Glenn Davis? That was a scary moment. Now grounding the ball.
That was Glenn Davis. Glenn, another one of the transfers from Parrish, so I'm sure he's enjoying playing this game.
Thanks for that Arctic Air sideline report, Troy.
Yes.
Yeah, when he came out of that, I was it looked like his ankle was, it was just an
I thought
optical.
it was his knee.
Yeah,
but it just didn't look right.
He got folded up.
It just didn't look right. Like it's.
He's got short legs, so he pounced right back up.
Yeah, amazing.
That's my man Glenn. I've been knowing him since 6th grade. Lincoln product.
All right.
So am I, Troy, so that's a good thing, So he flips that one out there. Nice little route again. So they're settling down and things. Palmetto's playing a little softer, and they're immediately picking that up. Nathan Schuler with reception.
Yeah, you take what they give you, and Tigers going to play this soft zone, so they need to hurry this thing up so they can't run it anymore. They haven't been that successful, so going to air it out. You just got to watch out for one of our kids jumping a route here.
So 3rd and 2. Pistol. 2 receivers wide, each side of the formation. Throws it out there. Boy, he's dialed up now. He's got this in there. There's your hook and ladder, and he steps backward. Had the first down if he just continued to go east and west.
If he would have continued with his momentum, he could have fallen over the line, but
he got a little greedy on that one and tried to take that from a first down.
First down's right there.
Yep.
And
this is a big 4th-down play here.
2-down territory regardless.
So look at the cushions there in the middle. What? I'd like
this is quarterback draw all day.
I like number 11 too. Over there, Caden Clark.
There you go.
Incomplete pass. Good play by Patterson there. Seaver may have came back to the ball on that. He would have picked up the first down, but it's a turnover on downs here. Palmetto Tigers 1st and 10, 4:03 on the clock here in the 3rd.
That was a long throw to the boundary side, to the field side. Our defensive player, number 6, he broke on that very well. It could have broken on it earlier. He had been dancing in the end zone on the other end had he broke.
Yeah, and I thought the receiver, on that curl, or what we used to call a hook, could have done a little bit to fight back because he had the first down on the catch. Could have maybe came back a little bit, but that was
he threw that from the other hash though. So he threw that from the other hash to the numbers. That's a long throw.
And that allowed them to break that pass up. If he'd have thrown closer inside the hash, they might have had a chance of catching it.
And that ball comes out of there very quick. This is a bubble screen out there to Carter. Nowhere to go. And he's going to be tackled there. Really sure-handed tackle by Jair Speaks. No, that cannot be Speaks because
he's a lineman.
That's another one of my Lincoln students.
No
Jair
way.
Speaks.
No way was he all the way on the side. Yes, he was.
Jair, tough kid.
Jair. Man. Oh, Jair, man.
Shout out to his family.
5'8", 230 pounds.
So,
out there tackling Mari's car.
But he came from the nose tackle position on that play as it broke. And that was a crazy, speedy play for a big dude.
I think he's playing linebacker.
Okay, so he got up there, but I think he came up closer to the line, Troy, and he came flying through there. It's like, good gracious, good speed. This time it's Peanut Clemens, and he tries to shake out of a tackle. Good play there by number 24, Braden Jacobson. Now that's a nice sized corner. You got 6'2" and 190 or what? He's going to come up there and make play. Here's a look in.
Oh wow, Buchholz was getting ready to go up 30-7 and fumbled it. And Manatee with a nice recovery there.
But only 6 minutes and some change in the 4th?
Yeah.
Wow. Good, but they're playing some really.
We had a long halftime today too.
Yeah, superior competition there. That Manatee's facing this year. There's Peanut, and he's tackled this time. It's going to be a nice play by number 5, which is Denver McDonald.
I'm glad to see Peanut getting some touches here. We preseason. There he goes there. At media day, coach said he had 4 good running backs that all could play. So first punt of the day.
All right, so Brandon Galloway. So
let's see what he does. He was cranking them for the game.
Nice snap by Ferguson. Now he kicks that left foot
out
there.
Wow.
Oh, dandy.
Oh, he turned that one over.
And he checks up. Didn't get a good bounce on that one, but it's a very high kick. And Troy, you saw the pressure there.
Oh, my goodness.
And the guy that made the pressure there forgot that he was left-footed or he hadn't been in good position. He laid out like you're supposed to, but he laid out over the right leg instead of the left.
And you gotta let the special teams guys let his players know where to dive. What are the odds of having a left-footed kicker? Very rare. But if he jumped on the right side, he might have been in the end zone.
And then he kicks it up there in the lights, and he's got the alternate rotation for the returners back there. And that's why the pros and the colleges love those lefties, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a high spiral.
I had 4.5, 4.6 hang time. Great punt.
Nice pocket this time. Receivers, really good drop. You know, old number 40 there, Hamlin, with a nice deep drop there to kind of mess things up. Number 40, you know, you saw his drop from that linebacker position really kind of put a column in that passing tree down the field. Minute 39 remaining here in the third. That time he just threw the ball short, and there's a hit that comes in late, no foul.
Maybe got away with something.
No, he was trying to jump over. The guy fell, and he tried to jump over him. He wasn't trying to hit him.
All right, that was number 19 for the Tiger.
Yes.
And that is that Charleston Hamilton down there?
Yes.
All right, Charleston Hamilton with a smart. Yeah, there you go. I got the DC up here telling me that CJ is at the one corner. Thank you very much.
They got trips out here, Brian.
Yeah, you got that bunch formation or a diamond formation. You want to lose them. Throws the ball down there, got
pick.
A man, and ball's up now. And they're going to call a targeting on that on one of the players.
That is a bad call. The collision was good. It was tough, but it was shoulder to shoulder. There was no head involved in that.
Okay, Troy, the turnaround. Kenny and I are sitting up here watching that. We'll probably get that on the Arctic Air replay.
I'll see if we can't freeze it when the hit occurred.
And
he threw it in a triple coverage.
He threw it in a triple coverage, and it was just a shoulder.
And he had 3 down for the first down right there, but he goes for the option long ball.
He went for the ball.
Oh, no. And let's see the backside of that. He's clean there.
It looked like they might have had head-to-head.
He's going for the ball. That's not a targeting, but I guess they call it personal foul, not targeting.
Okay, you know.
I don't know. I don't understand that. That's just good football.
Hey, 22 there. Christian, and I was making some roster changes here today. He had some hops on that. When you get a chance to wind that back and he's going to send that on X, it looked like he had a 35 inches off the ground there on that play. And Schuler settles down, gains 8 on that route. And really
made a nice catch.
.58 seconds on the clock. Palmetto Tigers 4, now bringing 5. Ball throws the ball out there, thrown way out of bounds. Stops the clock here, 48 seconds on the clock. Brings up a third and very manageable 3.
Third and 3. Throwing that ball all the way across the field, down the field, just it seems like, you know, the defenders are going to sit back and jump that at some point.
Yeah, and if you're the left-handed quarterback, what you would like to see is soft coverage over there and make the play to the left on a curl here right about at the 50-yard line. So we'll see. See the cushions over there? So, you know, just get to about the 49 and turn around, lean backwards.
Good rush.
Got timing. Throws across the body. Great play by number 13. Shakes a tackle or two, and that is Brandon Trucano.
Their top receiver. We've kept him real quiet tonight, but a nice pitch and catch. Bolts had 2 options there. He could have probably run it like we've seen him run to get the first down.
So he's got one open in front of him there, but he goes for the long ball.
So you see, here's the first down.
Right.
And there's nobody there, but he throws it. They got to score, so he's going to throw it.
Throws an incomplete pass through that one for the far boundary there. That would have been a great look, though, from our pylon cam. If he catches that ball, and, that would have been a great look. Special thanks to the guys from Clicking Spree and TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC, for those pylon cams tonight. And there is room.
There it is. It just magically appeared.
Oh, they got this. Look at that. Nice job, guys. This time he rolls to his left, probably going to tuck that one and run. And the clock will continue to wind. That'll end the third quarter here. And so really no gain on the play. Now we're taking a live look to the Manatee High School game. And there's a big run there. He's going to go for 6. Good speed there.
And can he outrun the defender? Yes. Looks like he got in.
And they really needed the pylon can on that shot. I'm sure they don't have that available over there, but that would have been the best look of the night. So the game we're going to wrap this down. So, Troy, some of your air sideline revelations over there.
Well, I think the most important thing was tonight that the energy was high. I think the crowd really helped with that. But also, I think their preparation. You can tell that they were prepared. They didn't have that letdown after an emotional loss to Riverview, and they played very well. They were very physical. They were fast, and I think that played out, obviously, in the score. Parrish gave them all they could, but it's always good to win a district game like this in this latest edition of the North River rivalry.
I like that. Troy, I have a very difficult time saying that with the transition. It just gets me tongue-tied on that one. But here, a good victory by the Tigers tonight. And, Ken, your final observations. Well, actually, we're going to get a chance to talk to Coach Sanders.
Yes, always great to hear what the coach has to say. But Doug's hourly muscle here. But I think for Palmetto, they were successful in the game plan. Offensively, they had to struggle, but they stuck with it, and they were able to run. Eventually, they wore them down. Defense, they made them one-dimensional, which was something we talked about pregame. If they were going to be successful, the linebackers led by number 24, Paul Moore. Yeah. I said Paul Moore had to have a great game tonight. They did. And special teams, we dominated that. And the penalties, we'll see what the coach has to say about that. And the one little turnover was the only thing, and it was just a fluke play that the defender made a great play on. And they capitalized on. That was their only score. But great overall. It's a big district game, and it's the big rivalry, and we're right where we need to be.
Yeah, and then, the observations that I have on the game, Parrish comes into this, a hostile environment. They probably had more fans here. Oh, by the way, guys, on the different shots that we have tonight, I've noticed that we're getting sponsor shots as this rolls, and that's been incredible. As we have an aerial shot, it's got the right sponsor up there. You guys are incredible. Now,
the little thing, they do great.
And I would not want any part of the production part of this broadcast.
Hopefully, hear what he has to say.
Yeah, Troy's back there. See, Troy doesn't have turf toe tonight, so he's able to get out there.
He was on the active roster tonight.
Hey,
so Coach Sanders is talking to the players now.
Awesome.
And we'll talk through there. Troy, you'll pick up Coach Sanders. We'll get a brief interview, and then I'll wrap it up.
You guys need to enjoy this night. Hey, listen. Enjoy this night. You guys did impressive. Super impressive. All right? Congratulations on that. Hey, but it's a 24-hour rule. All right? Enjoy it for 24 hours, and then we're going to turn the page. We got a tough one next week. But hey, 1-0 in the district's a good feeling. All right? Hey, break this thing down. We're going to the locker room first, then we'll come outside. All right? Great job!
Coach Sanders. Got Coach Sanders here with us. Guys, great W tonight, coming off the heels of a disappointment last week. You know, what was the preparation like this week in this latest edition of the North River rivalry?
Yeah, no, we knew they're a really good football team. We knew it was going to be a tough game. They're a good team. I mean, but our guys came back to work on Monday. We didn't play the way we wanted to last Friday night. You know, we got beaten a couple different areas that's not us. So we kind of got back to the basics a little bit, and our guys executed extremely well, played extremely hard, played under control. So super proud of them for that. And it's always good to go 1-0 in the district. So we're going to celebrate this, but then we got to turn the page after 24 hours because we got a tough one next week.
Talk a little bit about the different phases of your team. Offense, defense, special teams were on point tonight. Talk a little bit about that.
We try to be balanced in all three areas. I mean, that's what the really good teams do. So we got talent in every phase of the game. So it comes down to execution and discipline and practice habits. That'll carry over on Friday night. So again, kudos to our guys for having a great week of practice showed on Friday night.
Great job, Coach. Congratulations, 1-0 in the district.
Very good job.
Guys, we'll kick it back up to you guys.
Thank you very much. God bless, Troy. You always do such a fine job for us here. There's an aerial shot. As you can clearly see, Doug's Hourly Muscle Movers and Packers. And we'll have some statistics rolling here. And here they are, Ken. Break it down.
Oh, yeah, obviously the run-heavy Tigers, 40 rushing attempts, 198 yards. When you're averaging 5 yards a carry, you're going to be successful. Parrish, on the other hand, 18 for 35. Never really got their running game going, and that's what the Tigers needed to do. Passing, very efficient, 7 for 10, 84 yards. We did it when we needed to, when things were opening up. And Parrish at the end, 11 for 21, and that was all at the end. But the bottom line, it's almost a 2-to-1 advantage, 282 to 153. Just the one turnover, and the one thing the Tigers are going to need to work on is those penalty yards with 90, Brian.
Yeah, but however, the penalty yardage that we looked at tonight was not as discouraging. You know, there weren't the ball spinning and the spiking the ball and those kind of things.
Personal fouls. Yeah,
Parrish was shifting that defense up, so you had some false starts, and it wasn't a combination of. You know, as Forrest Gump used to say, stupid is as stupid does. They kind of left that stuff on the table, played football tonight in a great game. So, Ken, I'm going to wrap this one up. Tonight's final score from Harllee Stadium in Palmetto, Florida. Your Palmetto Tigers 38, the Parrish Community Bulls 8. The Tigers will play at home next Friday night, September 19th, against Calvary Christian. Kickoff is scheduled for 7:30 p.m. Please keep in touch for any schedule updates or notifications by going to our YouTube landing page. Be sure to like and subscribe too, guys. TigerVision Palmetto, we thank you, the #1 fans in the world, for watching us here on TigerVision, as presented by Conley Buick GMC. One town, one team. Go Tigers.